Good evening, everyone, and our apology. Georgie, are we all set?
We're all good.
We're good? Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Our apologies, we ran a little late on executive session. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. We'll now begin the portion of the public speak out. First speaker is Allie Ryan, teacher, and topic is student and teacher learning. Ms. Ryan? Good evening.
My name is Allie Ryan, and I live at 31 Blueberry Hill Street in Springfield, Mass. This is my 7th year teaching at Springfield Public Schools. Oh, thank you. Good evening. My name is Allie Ryan, and I live at 31 Blueberry Hill Street in Springfield, Mass. This is my 7th year teaching at Springfield Public Schools. I'm also a proud graduate of the Springfield Public Schools and a lifelong resident. The Springfield Education Association's initial proposals fall into 5 categories, each of which we believe are essential to improving student learning conditions and teacher working conditions. It is our collective belief that these proposals are a vital step towards securing a future where educators are empowered and students are given the resources and learning conditions essential for success. I will present our first 3 categories, and then my fellow union members, Christine and Heather, will present the rest. The first 3 categories are: 1, racial equity for students and educators as seen by codifying a commitment to the DIRE team and equity efforts through ongoing funding, collaborative development, and an implementation of an equity plan, as well as updates to and an expansion of non-discrimination language in our contract. 2, fair and reasonable evaluation and onboarding systems with a return to in-person onboarding, ensuring union access to new hires in school buildings, and a reformation to the educator evaluation system to focus on constructive feedback. 3, improve student learning conditions as seen by reducing pre-K class sizes, additional staff support, improve facilities, and a shortened school day for students in the pre-K centers. Set caseload limits and redesigning caseload assignments for certain specialists, providing space for student evaluations, and redesigning how educators are compensated for working on portfolios. Lastly, revamping the pay scale for vocational teachers and recognizing the additional responsibilities of vocational department chairs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ryan. Next is Heather Wordemouth, and if I pronounce your name wrong, please correct me. And this is on teacher working and student learning conditions. Thank you.
We didn't clap for you to get up.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor Sarno, all elected members of the Springfield School Committee, and Superintendent Dr. Donnell. My name is Heather Wernimont, and I live at 91 Dorset Street in Springfield. My husband and I have both been educators for Springfield Public Schools for the past 8 years and are deeply committed to our students. Upon entering the profession as career changers, our decision to seek out employment in the district was due, in part, to the teacher's contract being one of the most competitive in the area. As of today, Unit A members have worked 66 days without a contract. During that time, our members have circulated a petition throughout all of the district schools covered by this contract. Tonight, my fellow educators and I are presenting you with this petition that nearly 2,000 Springfield Education Association members have signed. We, the members of the Springfield Education Association, petition the Springfield School Committee and its bargaining representatives to engage in meaningful and productive negotiations with our union to reach a fair and equitable contract. Since March 2024, the SEA has put forward well-researched proposals aimed at improving the working conditions, compensation, and overall dignity of Springfield educators, public servants who dedicate their lives to nurturing the growth and development of our students. Despite the SEA's commitment to good faith bargaining, Springfield Public Schools bargaining team did not engage with our proposals for 6 months. When they initially responded in September, they either rejected our proposals in full, rejected them in part, or deferred proposal deliberation to further subcommittees. After such a long wait, the district's response was not only disheartening, but felt disrespectful to educators. Only in our most recent bargaining sessions have fruitful negotiations begun to take place, and we are hopeful that that will continue. Given the hundreds of millions in additional funding to Springfield Public Schools through the Student Opportunity Act, we encourage Springfield's elected leaders to invest wisely in our school system and in our students' futures. To achieve this, we urge the school committee and its bargaining representatives to engage productively in negotiations and to work with the SEA to settle on a fair and equitable contract that values all of the district's educators and benefits the broader Springfield community, now and for the years ahead. The SEA's proposals are the product of thoughtful collaboration and are designed to ensure that Springfield's educators have the support they need to foster academic excellence and promote student well-being, while maintaining the high standards that the Springfield community deserves. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Christine Blinn, please.
Good evening. My name is Christine Blinn. I live at 122 Lang Street in Springfield. My family has lived in Springfield for 4 generations. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, and I were all educated by Springfield Public Schools. My grandmother and my mother both worked in Springfield Public Schools, and this is my 15th year as a teacher in the district. Don't cut into my time. I'm here to read the last 2 categories of our proposal. Number 4, a fair and competitive compensation and benefits as seen by a reinstatement of 15 sick days at the start of the year. Paid family and medical leave provided or a program that's comparable to the state plan. Salary and longevity increases that support the retention of quality educators and respect our experience and service. We're proposing a dignified increase in salary over 3 years, increased longevity bonuses, and adjusted salary scales for specialists and psychologists. We also ask for stipend increases for athletics, arts, and student support clubs, and new stipends for advisors of diverse student groups, and professional development, extra prep time, and improved compensation for certain educators, including instructional leadership specialists. Number 5, health and safety for all, with the creation of a joint task force for health and safety protocols, ensuring educators injured by students receive support and time off without using sick days, and an established violence prevention plan for the workplace. We, the members of the Springfield Education Association, stand in solidarity and believe these proposals are fair and reasonable and will create better learning conditions for the students of Springfield. The petition we present to you tonight is a unified call for the Springfield School Committee to act in the best interest of its students, educators, and community by engaging with the SEA's proposals in good faith to reach a timely resolution. We urge you to work with the members of the Springfield Education Association to settle a fair contract to enable educators to best meet the needs of our students. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Christine. Rhonda Latney. Say again, Rhonda Latney. Say again, Rhonda Latney. One more time, Rhonda Latney. Okay, that concludes our public speak out. We'll take a 1 minute recess. You're more than welcome to stay, and then we'll go into our regularly scheduled meeting. Thank you very, very much.
I have a question.
Georgia, we're good?
Session will conclude in December.
Good evening. We'll call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor,
She's going to be joining us, I believe, Zoom. Ms. Naylor? Okay, I think she's going to join us in Zoom. Go ahead.
absent. Mr. Collins,
Here.
Miss Gresham,
Present.
Miss Hurst,
Present.
Attorney Murphy,
Present.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Vice Chair Gonzalez sends his regrets. He has to deal with a family matter, so he'll be unable to attend this evening.
absent. Mayor Sarno.
President, can we all please rise for a moment of silence and pledge allegiance?
Thank you.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are also joined by our student representative from Putnam Vocational Technical Academy, Ava Moore. It's always great to have you here, Ava. And to each and every one of you in the audience and our viewing audience, from myself and all school committee members, we wish you a very, very happy Thanksgiving. We'll now move to approval of the minutes. Approve the minutes of the October 23rd, 2024 special school committee meeting.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Motion by Mr. Collins, there's a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call a roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor, absent. Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Miss Gresham,
Yes.
Miss Hurst,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, absent. Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient votes. This matter passes. Thank you. Approve the minutes of the October 24th, 2024 school committee meeting. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Collins, a second.
Second.
Second by Attorney Murphy. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor? Absent. Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Miss Gresham?
Yes.
Miss Hurst?
Yes.
Attorney Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez? Absent. Mayor Sarno?
Yes, more than sufficient votes. This matter passes. With the indulgence of the school committee, we're going to move immediately to voting items. Many of these are just perfunctory for school trips that we have. First is A, to approve the Putnam Vocational Technical Academy field trip to Marlborough, Massachusetts for the Fall State Leadership Conference, November 24th, 2024, returning November 25th, 2024. Madam Superintendent?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. It is great to see everyone out this evening. As you know, field trips are a critical part of learning for our students. Field trips are not just a fun outing that our students engage in, but a great deal of thought goes into selecting the field trips. And I am pleased to see that Putnam is focusing on leadership for our students. We know that our students in Springfield are leaders, and it's wonderful to see that they are developing those leadership skills by having them attend the leadership conference in Marlborough, Mass.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Any questions or comments from school committee members? I know we have a representative from Putnam if there are any questions. Hearing none, is a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Attorney Murphy. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Collins. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor? Absent. Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Miss Gresham?
Present. Yes.
Miss Hurst?
Yes.
Attorney Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez? Absent. Mayor Sarno?
Yes, more than sufficient votes. This matter passes. Thank you very much. We'll now move to approve the high school science technology field trip to Marlborough, Mass. For the Fall Leadership Conference, November 24th, 2024, returning November 25th, 2024. Madam Superintendent, please.
Thank you, Mayor Sarno. I love the vision at the High School of Science and Technology. They too are committed to developing our students as leaders. Therefore, will be attending the same conference.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Gresham, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Attorney Murphy. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor? Absent. Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Miss Gresham?
Yes.
Miss Hurst?
Yes.
Attorney Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez? Absent. Mayor Sarno?
Yes, more than sufficient votes. The matter passes. Thank you. C is to approve the Putnam Vocational Technical Academy field trip to Marlborough, Mass. For the Massachusetts State Leadership Skills Conference featuring the Massachusetts Skills USA Championships, which they've done very well in, May 1st, 2025, returning May 3rd, 2025. Madam Superintendent, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So as you can see, our students are not just leaders, but they are champions as well. And so they will be participating in the Skills USA Championship. I am very proud to say that Putnam definitely knows how to get the job done. Thank you, Putnam.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, is a motion on the floor?
Move we approve.
Motion by Ms. Hurst. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Collins. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor? Absent. Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Miss Gresham?
Yes.
Miss Hurst?
Yes.
Attorney Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez? Absent. Mayor Sarno?
Yes, more than sufficient votes. The matter passes. Thank you. D is to approve Putnam Vocational Technical Academy field trip to Atlanta, Georgia for the Skills USA National Competition, June 23rd, 2025, returning on June 28th, 2025. Madam Superintendent, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So after Putnam slays them in Massachusetts and brings home all the trophies and accolades, they are on their way to Atlanta, Georgia for the national competition. We know the
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Gresham. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Hurst. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor? Absent. Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Miss Gresham?
Yes.
Miss Hurst?
Yes.
Attorney Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez? Absent. Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient vote, the matter passes. Thank you very much. E is to approve an expenditure of $30,000 from the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, DESE, for the FY25 Innovation Career Pathways Planning Grant. Superintendent, Madam Superintendent, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I am so excited to see that we continue to grow and expand here in Springfield Public Schools. And I know it's largely because of the hard work and the efforts of our educators, as well as those who are leading the charge at central office. So I'm going to ask those who are responsible for getting us this grant, I'm going to ask them to come to the podium. I believe it's Pam Matheson, Dr. Yolanda Johnson. I believe Matt Brunell was also involved. So I'm asking you to please take your place at the podium and share the good news.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Hey, Pam. Yolanda. Thank you, Pam.
Are they inviting Dr. Tokars to the podium as well?
Mr. Central's in the house. He was swimming laps at that pool we did over for him. Pam.
Thank you, your mayor, superintendent, and the committee. We're very happy to say that we were awarded the year planning grant to seek designation for innovation career pathways in manufacturing at Central High School, as well as commerce and the advanced manufacturing field. Expenditures, as you can see, will go towards expenses in career planning, where we're gleaning best practices from other programs, setting up industry partners with global companies, as well as our higher ed partners to develop a really robust program that will focus on quantum computing, microelectronics, and optics and photonics.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Principal Tokars. Pam, thank you, Dr. Johnson. Any questions or comments? Hearing none.
This went through the subcommittee, got unanimous support.
Yeah, and good point that Mr. Collins brings up too. A lot of things you'll see that we gavel right through. A lot of the substantive work is done in the subcommittees by the chairman or chairwoman, and they'll spend hours on that. So thank you very much. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Collins, or second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor. Absent. Mr. Collins.
Yes.
Miss Gresham.
Yes.
Miss Hurst.
Yes.
Attorney Murphy.
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez. Absent. Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient vote, matter passes. Thank you very much. F is to approve an expenditure of $33,000 from the EOS Foundation for the FY25 Healthy Start Award grant. Madam Superintendent, please.
Thank you, Mayor Sarno. So if you are as old as I am, you know that you could not leave the house for school without having a full course meal. My parents are from the islands, and you had to have at least 3 different things at breakfast time. But that was back in the day when parents did not have the demands that they have now on their careers, on their time, and on all the other things that impact the home. So we are grateful that we are receiving a significant amount of funds to make sure that we have breakfast at school. Every single one of our students deserve it. It is not a privilege, it is a right, and we're glad that we have the funds to do so for our Healthy Start grant. I know that Timothy Gray was instrumental in securing this grant. I'm not sure if he's here, but Chief Roach is always Johnny on the spot, so go right ahead, Chief Roach.
Pat. The money man, Mr. Roach, Pat.
This grant is from the EOS Foundation for the participation we have at our schools in the district, and our schools have been doing a great job participating at breakfast in the classroom. So 50% of the grant gets distributed right to the schools so they can spend it on activities at their schools, and then the rest of it we get for the district to buy equipment to help support the program as well. So
Thank you.
Appreciate your support.
Thank you, Mr. Roach. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Collins, or second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor. Absent. Mr. Collins.
Yes.
Miss Gresham.
Yes.
Miss Hurst.
Yes.
Attorney Murphy.
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez. Absent. Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient vote, matter passes. Thank you very much. G is to approve an expenditure of $200,303.80 from, that's 80 cents, that's right, from the executive office. They could have rounded it off, made it $1, but we'll take it. We're very happy. From the Executive Office Education for the expansion of high-quality STEM curricula, grant. Madam Superintendent, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As a former science teacher, I am over the moon with this grant and the amount of money that we were able to receive from this grant. STEM is near and dear to my heart. We actually have one of our ECHOS teachers here. Heather is here with us. Thank you so much for all your work in STEM. And it means a lot to further science education, technology, and all of those wonderful things that our students need to have access to. I'm going to invite Michelle Bulch to the podium at this time. Dr. Bulch, thank you.
Dr. Bulch, Michelle, thank you.
So much. This also went through subcommittee, and this is a 2-year grant, and 50% of the grant funds are going to be spent on robotics kits and computing devices for our students. We're particularly focusing on expanding AP courses at Putnam, Renaissance, Central, and Sci-Tech. This is in the first year, and then in the second year of the grant, we will be engaging in pre-AP coursework and expanding these through middle school and to all of the high school. So opportunities for our kids to have access to high-quality robotics and other STEM opportunities through this grant.
Thank you, Dr. Bulch. Thank you, Michelle. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, is there?
As Michelle said, it did go through subcommittee, and congratulations for seeking out these kind of grants. This helps our children tremendously.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, is a motion on the floor.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Collins, or second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Hurst. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor. Absent. Mr. Collins.
Yes.
Miss Gresham.
Yes.
Miss Hurst. Attorney Murphy.
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez. Absent. Mayor Sarno.
Yes, Board of Supervisors votes matter passed. Thank you very much. H is to approve an expenditure of $75,000 for the Mass Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, DESE, for the multilingual newcomer and homeless support grant. Madam Superintendent, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Because of the mayor's vision and love for this city, as well as the children and families of this city, he had the vision to make this a gateway city. And because it is a gateway city, we have multilingual newcomers who are in need of additional support. So we are going to use these funds to provide additional support to our students who are well-versed in their home language, and we want them to be well-versed in additional languages for their academic success. I invite Director Rosa Ballantine as well as Dr. Bulch to the podium.
Nice. Congratulations.
Good evening, members of the school committee members. Dr. Sonia Dinal, alcalde, buenas noches.
Gracias. Gracias. Thank you.
Denise,
Buenas noches.
noches. My name is Rosa Valentin, and I live in 273 Arcadia Boulevard, Springfield, Massachusetts. And please don't do the math, but I have the privilege of being working in Springfield Public School for 30 consecutive years.
You started when you were 13, am I correct?
There you go, absolutely.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
And I have had the privilege of wear different hats throughout the district. As of my last, this is not my last hat, but this is my role now as a multilingual learner director. And as a multilingual learner person myself, I deeply understand the language barrier and cultural adjustment that many of our students face every day during their transition process, moving from their countries and coming to United States or to any different places. And this even harder when they are, for those students that are arriving from countries that are for some reason engaged in violence or war events. Taking all those things into consideration, and the city of Springfield is a gateway city for students under the guidance of Dr. Superintendent, our superintendent. I'm nervous, it's my first time.
Fine.
You're doing fine, Rosa. You're doing
You
fine.
guys.
Doing fine.
Or under the guidance of Dr. Sonia Dinal, or superintendent of schools, and my academic chief officer, Dr. Michelle Balch. The proposed project focuses on providing students targeted educational to provide target educational and social emotional support for multilingual learners in the district that are newcomers and also are homeless students in the Springfield, Massachusetts. All this is obviously aligned with the district commitment of educating to empower. Okay. Springfield Public Schools have recently experienced a notable increase in migrants and immigrants, particularly from the Caribbean, Central America, South America, Mexico, and the Middle East, increasing our numbers of students. Many of these students come with traumatic experience from their journeys and limited or no prior formal education. They face the dual challenges of learning a new language while adapting to an unfamiliar culture and legal system. I can say that I'm a clearly example of this. I went through that 30 years ago, and I understand what our students and our families go through. This particular grant addresses these critical needs by offering tailored languages intervention and wraparound resources that the program will run throughout the throughout the academic year, and also we're going to projecting having a summer section for our students that is facilitated by certified educators and community partners to ensure consistent support. As a matter of fact, some of these certified educators that have worked with us in the past with the multilingual learners are here tonight with us. Grant funding will support the purchase of instructional materials adequate for students at their proficiency level. And also is going to provide translation and interpretation services through our family liaisons, who recently have completed a Tier 2 translator and interpreter training to serve our families, including myself, better. We, my team of family liaisons and myself, we took it upon ourselves and we enrolled in the DESI Tier 2 translator and interpreter programs will certify us as a certified translators and interpreters to better serve our family. Additionally, this grant will also fund the creation of a welcome pack designed to help new families transition into the district, alleviating the stress of preparing their children for school by providing essential materials, essential hygiene equipment, and other resources that are needed. The success of this initiative will be measured using the pre and post access scores and with assessment, ensuring the program remains responsive to a students' evolving needs and continue to provide meaningful support for their integration and their academic success in Springfield Public Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Thank you. Educational Access Station, a great interview, a very heartfelt interview with Rosa Valentin and Azel Murphy Kavan, my first press secretary, and really, you went through this, so you know what the families go through. And then we just recently had a teacher with the Gary Rome Surprise Squad, Western Massachusetts Emergence Academy, at my alma mater, High School of Commerce, that received an award too on it. So thank you very, very much. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Collins, or second?
Second.
Second by Attorney Murphy. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor. Absent. Mr. Collins.
Yes.
Miss Gresham.
Yes.
Miss Hurst.
Yes.
Attorney
C.
Mr. Gonzalez. Absent. Mayor Sarno.
C, yes. More than sufficient vote. That was for you. This motion passes. Thank you very much. Thank you for the indulgence of the move back the agenda. We wanted to get that out of the way for our student trips and receive the grants. So now we'll move to section 3, and we'll have Chief CFO Pat Roach make a presentation pertaining to the SEA negotiating update. Mr. Roach and team. Should be Ms. Williams and Principal Terry Pro. Thank you. Madam Superintendent, I don't know if you want to say anything at all.
You said it all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Chief.
Good evening, Mayor Sarno, Superintendent Denal, school committee members. We are here to present an update from our Springfield Educator Association bargaining team. We are committed to reach an agreement that is fair and equitable with our SEA members. And just on a personal note for me, as a former educator, as a former teacher, as a former principal, our whole team is committed to that. And so we just would like you all to know that. I wanted to take the time to introduce our members of the bargaining team to you. We were very strategic in selecting the members of our bargaining team. We are committed to discussing and listening and working with the needs of our educators. So our bargaining team consists of our attorney, Sean Sweeney, who's our negotiator, Michelle Bosch, who's the Chief of Instruction, Jose Escribano, the Chief of Family and Community Engagement, Rhonda Jacobs, Acting School Improvement Officer, Marissa McCarthy, Chief of Special Education, Terry Poe, Principal of Brookings Elementary School, Patrick Rote, Chief Financial and Operations Officer, Tad Tokars, Principal of Central High School, and myself, Valerie Williams, the Chief of Human Resources. Since March, we have had a total of 22 meetings. We have had 10 meetings that were with the general body between the SCA and the district, and we've had 12 subcommittee meetings, as you can see them clearly listed there.
So the union has a lot of proposals on the table, and a lot of them have pretty significant costs. So this slide breaks out the cost. When you talk about class sizes, and when you talk about prep periods, and you talk about facility infrastructure, all of it's important, but when you actually put numbers to it, it can be pretty significant. So we broke it up. My team did the analysis. We have both recurring costs, which means we're going to have to pay for them every year, as well as one-time costs. So, for example, the health and safety proposal that you heard about earlier has a demand for air conditioning in all the schools. We agree. We want air conditioning in all of our schools. But as you can see, it would cost $128 million for us to put air conditioning into all of our schools. It's something we're striving for. The district has a plan. We want to do it. But it's not something we can agree to because we can't afford it. We just can't afford to do something like that. You can see pre-K, the pre-K staffing is a huge part of that, as well as the one-time cost of some of the facilities. And each one of those proposals has significant financial costs. So we just want to make sure that everybody's aware that, like when those proposals come out, a lot of them don't sound like they cost money, but they actually cost a significant amount of money. So if you could see, just to kind of put it in perspective, the proposals on the table are $200 million. And right now, every teacher in the district's budgeted salary only adds up to $160 million. So the proposals on the table are higher than every teacher's salary that's there right now. As well as just to see our general fund budget's $125 million. So just wanted the committee to be able to see kind of a perspective on what the current asks are on the table.
And as our lovely teacher said from ECHO, she said that we're starting to make some progress. Well, so we are starting to make some progress in subcommittee. So we are looking forward to continuing to make progress and move forward. And as Ms. Valerie said, Ms. Williams said, we are committed to making sure that we come to an agreement and moving forward with our negotiations.
So currently where we stand, the union has a significant amount of language proposals that we will need time to negotiate, some of which, as you can see, we have listed there, like pre-K bathrooms. The district feels that it should not, we believe that should not be in the collective bargaining agreement. Salaries, the district has made an initial offer of 2.5 with the intent to go higher when the SCA retracts some of the other costly proposals, as CFO Roach mentioned, and our next steps will be to continue to meet and to work through the proposal language.
So I'm Terry Poe. I am a principal in the district, and this district is a wonderful district, and I know the hard the hard work that the educators in the district do. I get to see it every day. They work hard, they are passionate, and I see the dedication that they pour out over the students, and I know that this happens across the district. And our team would like the majority of the funding to go toward educator salaries. We are working hard to make decisions that affirm all that hard work that's happening, and we want to make mutual agreements so that we can continue to move forward. And we're dedicated to doing that.
Thank you. That's our update. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for the update. We'll now move to reports of the standing committee, student and parent concerns. Ms. Gresham, please.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Gresham. B is Buildings Maintenance Committee, Mr. Collins.
We covered the item already, Mayor.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Collins. C is Legislative and Contracts Committee. Ms. Naylor's absent. D is Curriculum Programs Committee, Ms. Hurst.
No report at this time.
Thank you. Budget B is Budget and Finance Committee, Mr. Collins.
We've covered the financial items already.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. F is Vocational Education Committee, Attorney Murphy.
No report, Your Honor.
Thank you. G is Technology Committee, Vice Chair Gonzalez. He's unable to attend, dealing with a family matter. H is High School Safety Committee, Ms. Gresham.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Gresham. I is Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Ms. Hurst.
No report at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Hurst. And now we'll go to a report from our student representative, Ava Moore, a senior at Putnam Vocational Technical Academy. The mic is yours, Ava.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So good evening, my fellow school committee members. So all of our juniors in the district, along with a few seniors, got to meet with over 60 college and career reps. Springfield Public Schools hosted our second annual district college fair, and I do have a video for that I'm going to share once I finish my speech.
That's great. Yeah.
So just so you guys get a picture of what was going on. So the staff would like me to present the film, and it was edited by our very own multimedia and broadcasting shop at Putnam High School. Oh yeah. So our radio, TV, and broadcasting students host our very own news channel. It's called TBN 10, and you can watch, like, and subscribe on YouTube. Within the next 22 weeks, they'll be broadcasting each shop for their new episode. These past 2 weeks, they have met with advanced manufacturing. They have met with business, or BIM, electrical, and auto tech, as long as their own shop. They have met with the shop teachers and students as they chose their shop and what their daily activities looks like. It's interesting to see how each shop runs, because when you're in school, you're only thinking about your own shop. You don't think about other shops, and you get to see their day-to-day lives. It's interesting to see how much each student lives within their high school and how their lives are in the day-to-day. If you would like to check it out, they are on YouTube. You can look up TBN 10 to hear any updates of all things Putnam. So Tuesday and Wednesday, Putnam held their MCAC, or the Massachusetts College Application Celebration, for our class of 2025. It was absolute success, where students received on-the-spot admissions and scholarships to colleges in the New England area. They received assistance with creating their FSA IDs and help with creating and starting the FAFSA application. Students who were interested also got to meet with Springfield Police Departments, the Fire Department, Mass Hire, and members of the U.S. Army. The MCAC was and is a great opportunity for students to meet with their college reps and take the next significant steps in their post-secondary education life. And lastly, our homecoming was held on November 1st and was an absolute success. Our concession stand was a volunteer caterer from my mother, Josie's Catering, and the food was absolutely amazing. All the kids loved the change in food and that it was actually hot this year. Though we did not get the turnout we expected, we did accumulate a lot of funds that we were not expecting. And we said thanks to all of our staff and our students who did attend and help us set up and take down, because it was a mess. Thank you guys, and now I will play the video if you guys have it.
Thanks, Ava. Thanks, George.
You have 4-year universities, 2-year universities.
The highlight of this college fair are our wonderful students.
This is helping me understand, and I have a lot of opportunities to attend these colleges.
This is helping me get to know all the options.
Especially because I want to go into special education teaching. So, like Westfield State and other schools like that. Kind of break it down to me about like what they're about and how they'll be able to help me.
College is definitely my future, and I'm
Looking after the business field, anything from marketing or managing.
Explore colleges, ask questions of colleges, because the fit and match is important for students. Those are very important decisions for students.
House with your
Yeah.
audio, fantastic, and congratulations to the Putnam football team. Coaches really brought them back. They won that division, and also I got to give a shout out to Central. I know they got knocked off in the second round, but again, Central's been one of the top 5 teams in the state on it. So, but Putnam excelling on and off the field. That was a great video. Thank you, Ava. Any questions or comments, Ms. Moore?
Great. That was just amazing.
nice job, Eva.
It was good music too. That's, Ava, very much. We'll now move.
I think
to,
that's definitely a first where a student rep has played a video.
I was gonna.
Keep them coming.
I asked her last time. I was like, "Is it okay if I play it?"
Oh no, we love it.
First, I'm like, "Okay," because they asked me, they're like, "Can you play?" I was like, "I could try."
No,
Like I don't know, but
Ava, I couldn't do that on my Etch a Sketch, so that's pretty good.
Even know what
That's well. Report of the superintendent, Madam Superintendent, Dr. Denal.
And thank you, Mr. Mayor. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our in-house counselor, Attorney Jeremy St. Laurent. He has joined us. Please stand up, sir.
Attorney St. Laurent, Jeremy did a great job in my law department. So let me say a legal statement that the school department procured him from me. But yeah, you're all laughing back there. I know that, but he really did a great job in my law department, and we wish you continued success on the school side.
It's nice of you to run a training program for us.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you. We appreciate you. So as I continue my report, you all have your contract report for October 2024 in your folders. Please take a moment to take a look at that at your convenience. And we also have a Read Aloud partnership with Springfield School Volunteers that's been going very well. The feedback is phenomenal. The central office members who have been participating in it are just so thrilled. They are enjoying every minute of it. Like to also just honor and celebrate our students. Mr. Mayor definitely mentioned the Putnam football team, but Putnam football is not the only area that our students are excelling in. The Putnam girls soccer team qualified for Western Mass soccer tournament. Central boys soccer team qualified for Western Mass and MIAA state tournament. The SciTech boys soccer team qualified for the MIAA state tournament. And in volleyball, the Putnam girls volleyball team qualified for Western Mass and MIAA, and the Commerce girls volleyball team qualified for the MIAA state tournament, and Renaissance, their girls volleyball team, also qualified for Western Mass and MIAA. And last but not least, Central's football qualified for the MIAA state tournament. We applaud all of our student athletes. Keep up the good work. We look forward to you all continuing to be scholars and athletes. Mr. Mayor and I had the honor of attending the ribbon cutting of the remodeled
Central, the pool
at Central.
The gym and the auditorium's getting done too. Strategic investment of the ESSER funds. So I commend the district, unlike other districts that invested that money into payroll or positions which they had to retract, cut services, and do layoffs. These are one-time things that are going to benefit not only our students but the teacher administration. So yeah, we were there. State-of-the-art pool. The auditorium's getting done, and the gym is getting redone too. So thank you, Madam Superintendent.
Just glad he's sitting next to me. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you so much. We also went to Miss Maddie Jenkins' unveiling of her plaque, the dedication of the offices there at DeBerry. Principal Hector and her team did a phenomenal job with the dedication ceremony. We thank Principal Hector, applaud Miss Jenkins, and we really appreciate all that our family liaisons do, which is a beautiful segue to my last piece. Family liaison professional development took place this past week, and let me tell you, our family liaisons are indispensable. That is money well spent. They are that critical bridge between the home and the classroom, and they do a phenomenal job providing support and resources to our family members. So Chief Escribano, thank you so very much for your hard work, diligence. I enjoyed the PD. I look forward to more. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Any questions or comments pertaining to Dr. Denall's report? Okay, hearing none. Thank you again. We'll move to unfinished business. Hearing none, we'll move to new business. Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor to adjourn?
So,
Everybody said, well, okay, Denise. By Ms. Hurst, is there a second? Oh, geez, no second now? Is there a second? Okay, okay. Mr. Collins, second. A roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Miss Monroe Naylor, absent. Mr. Collins.
yes.
Miss Gresham.
Yes.
Miss Hurst.
Yes.
Attorney Murphy.
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, absent. Mayor Sarno.
It's more than sufficient vote. This matter passes. Good evening. Thank you for watching, and happy Thanksgiving. Good health and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.